All right, I have another useful tip, trick, shortcut, if you call it, if that's what you want to call it, to help you with that RPM, that outcome phase of your day, and it's outcome chunking. And it's a way that you can chunk your day and chunk your week, probably more importantly. And the best way to describe it, and probably 50% of the people that will end up watching this video won't be able to relate, but is like driving a stick shift cars. There's 5 shifts. I remember the first time that I hopped into a car that was a stick shift, and having a buddy trying to explain to me, you got to put your left foot down, put it into gear, give it some gas, and it's all these little things that add up to just driving. Driving is the outcome that I wanted, but it takes like 10 things to get it into gear, just to get it going without killing it, or choking it out is the way it was always described. So that's how we want to train our brain, is because once you learn how to do those 10 things, now all of a sudden you're driving a stick shift, and you can read a newspaper, you can do your makeup, you can do all these different things. But the first time that you ever try to drive it, or the first 10 times, 20 times, 30 times before you get proficient at it, you kind of got to go step by step by step by step. Well, all those little steps are kind of like that to-do list. Okay, those are all these little things that we just add up, when really we could just chunk it into an outcome. Okay, so one of my outcomes for the day is to make significant progress on my ideal weight and my ideal fitness goals. Significant progress. Okay, well then my to-do list, or the activities that go under there is go to the gym, or today was to go play volleyball, was to get out on a walk, was to do these different activities. And rather than listing out everything that I had to do and cross it out, I just list, hey, I just want to make significant progress on my fitness goal. That's just one outcome. And it adds up in the day, but where it really adds up is in that week. So for my business, I say I want to do X, Y, and Z towards the business goal today, or this week. This week I need to increase revenue by $30,000. Okay, I need to make progress by increasing revenue by $30,000 this week. Okay, so every day what I do is that's my outcome block, and I then can list a couple things. But here's the reason. Here's how it has helped my brain. Okay, because what I typically have done is I list out my 20-25 things that I had to do, and then again I go through it, and I usually find myself doing the easier things first, and not being very efficient with my time, and definitely not doing the big rock movers, the big needle pushers, all the money making activity or the progress making activity. Best way to describe it is like, hey, I have all these to-do lists, but also my desk is dirty, so I'm just going to go ahead and clean up my desk, and yay, I feel good about myself. That's kind of that reaction mode that I shared about the other day. Well, now I have an outcome for the day. And really what I do is I have 4 outcomes for every single day, and I have 4 or 5 outcomes for every single week. And all of those outcomes are not black and white. It is always make significant progress, or take significant steps, or something geared towards action moving forward, because we have to be moving forward to get to those big visions. And we as humans, we kind of get frustrated because you're like, oh well, this isn't ever going to add up. It's all the cliches. It's one step at a time. It's taking, to run a marathon is to take one jog at a time. There's so many cliches. Inch by inch, life's a cinch. Mile by mile, life's impossible. And if we can chunk these down into simple things, you are going to be amazed after 30 days, but 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. And 120 days then turns into 12 months, and then 12 months turns into 2 years, and then all of a sudden you're at your 36-month or 3-year, and you won't even recognize yourself. If you make progress towards each one of those visions every single week, and I'm not saying you're not allowed to have bad days. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have off days. We're humans. But if we take it as a week-long activity and a week-long outcome, and we can chunk them into significant details, outcomes that I need to have on a daily basis, progress. Remember, choose progress over perfection.